Yeah, baby. Let's go. Week 10 recap coming right up. So, look, let me be real with you. We just coming off a Thanksgiving weekend. I was home with the family, but week 10 was on fire. There were some big wins during week 10, and not just book related, but also book related. Now, I'm going to explain what I mean by that in just a second here. But look, we're done with week 10. We are 71 days plus into this challenge, meaning the book is almost 2 weeks away from launch. Holy crap. We are almost 2 weeks away from the launch, which I can't believe it. This has flown by. It's gone so fast, and it was awesome. Now, I expect this episode to be a little quicker than normal just because we had Thanksgiving this past week for week 10. And you'll understand what I mean when I break it down during each of the days like we normally do. I'm going to give you the task breakdown day by day, the time breakdown day by day, and then an outlook on what's to come. But a big vision that I have, okay? A big vision that I have when I do business, when I write books, when I help people write books, help people grow their business, is that you can write a great book, but still have time for your friends, still have time for your family, still have time to run your business, still have time for your life. Okay? The way that we operate is we don't say, hey, you need to shut down everything else and focus on your book. No, we write our book as something that adds to our life. All right. And this is something that I think is so important that not enough people talk about. Whatever it is that they coach on or whatever else they sell or whatever else they do. I want you to know that there are things more important than your book, than your business. There is life. Okay? Family, friends, relationships. There is so much more than just making money. Okay? And a book will help you make money, but I don't want you to sacrifice everything just to get this done. I want you to be able to do yes and not either or. And so I hope that this week serves as an example of how you can, with the right structure, with the right framework, with the right roadmap, you can execute at the highest possible level, but you can also still have time for the things that are most important to you in your life. Now, that being said, if you want to work on your book all day long, every day until it's done, respect, get it done. I'm always going to support the hustler, right? But I also want you to know that you can have it all. You can be a great book writer and create your book in 90 days, 120 days, 150 days, 180 days, or you can dial it all in, right? But you can do it all together. And so here's kind of how we broke down this week. So Monday, as always, we crush our Mondays. I went through and reviewed all of the resources that we're giving away for free in the book. I wanted to make sure that every resource had a call link on there so that if you look at the resource, you have an easy way to take the next step to book a call with us. Now, this is just marketing, right? Part of what we're doing at this point is now taking all the things that we've done and now I'm reviewing them to make sure that they are optimized as much as possible, right? Somebody could get my book, get the free resources, and that'll be it. But I want someone to get my book, get the free resources, and then literally I can say, hey, and if you enjoyed this, here's how you can book a call. I want to guide people to the sale. I want to give them the option for the next step. The next thing that I did on Monday was I looked at our social post. What kind of social posts did we want to post during launch week, leading up to launch week, and after launch week, all right? And then I focused on creating our launch emails. Now, launch emails, in reference of what I'm talking to, is the emails that I send out to my audience, to my list, pre and post launch. So for example, there are going to be emails, and if you're not on my email list and you want to be, just go ahead and message me on Instagram and we could get you on the email list. But if you are on our email list, we're going to be sending emails the week before, 2 weeks before, starting to build up hype around the launch. We'll increase how many emails we're sending as we get close to the launch. And then during launch week, we'll be emailing you a good amount because I want to tell you, look, the book is live. Hey, the book is 99 cents. Oh, I gave you a little secret there. That's what we're going to be opening up the book with. The ebook's going to be 99 cents. Hey, here's an update. Hopefully I'll have an update on, if we hit bestseller or not in a couple days. And then it's the holiday time, right? So these are some of the emails that we'll be doing. And, we coach people on what emails to send out and how often to send them out based on your audience, your cadence, your flow, and what you're trying to do come your book launch. Tuesday, this is where the week gets interesting. All right, it's Tuesday. But I flew to Phoenix, okay? I flew to Phoenix because I was taking my dad out to the Lakers Phoenix Sun game in Phoenix. All right. One of the things that my dad really wants to do is he wants to watch the Lakers play in every arena around the country. And so my brother and I, we got him for his birthday and Hanukkah. We got him the gift of going to Phoenix and watching the Lakers play in Phoenix to check off stadium number 1. So we flew to Phoenix in the afternoon. But before we did that, what I did was I continued to work on the email sequence. I reached out to a couple of paid promotions to talk about reviewers, and I talked about reaching out to a few people on Instagram who are actually responsible for doing a lot of book reviews. All right, Book Talk on TikTok, Bookstagram, people that have audiences that are engaged in the nonfiction sector. And I reached out to them, kind of get some pricing. I haven't really spent a lot of money or time on paid reviewers. I mostly do certain paid promotions where it's more email campaigns and grassroots, and that typically works really, really well. But I wanted to explore some new avenues. So I reached out to a couple paid reviewers, people that will post your book to hundreds of thousands of Instagram followers. And then I reached out to a couple friends starting to think about my launch if they wanted to interview me during launch week. We're going to try to do a couple interviews during launch week to get in front of new eyeballs and build some awareness during the official launch week. Tuesday night, I'll be honest, me and my dad, we had an unbelievable time at the game. It was incredible. And it was so awesome to be there with my dad. Wednesday morning, we had a 7 a.m. flight right out of there. This was a quick trip. Get in the afternoon, get a bite to eat, watch the game, go to bed, wake up, hit the airport. And that also started my Thanksgiving weekend. So I flew home super early in the morning, went home, got some work done. And when it comes to the book, all I did on Wednesday was I got my proof copy. All right. So I say all I did was get my proof copy, but I literally got my proof copy. And I was waiting for it all day long. I had one of my really, really good friends from high school. He came over with his 2 beautiful kids and his wife and his mom. And it was amazing to see them. And while they were there, my proof copy for the book actually arrived at my parents' house. So I went outside, my brother filmed it, and we filmed it. And you can actually see the video on my Instagram at Jake Kelfer of me getting my proof copy. I was so freaking pumped. And I was really excited about this because once you get your proof copy as an author, if it's good, you are ready to publish. All right. This is often the final step before you hit publish, depending on your strategy. But really, this is the final step because once the copy is approved, you have the actual book and it says not for resale. So, you can't actually do anything with it, but you actually get to look through it and your proof copy shows you exactly what the book will look like if somebody actually bought it on Amazon. So that was Wednesday. And then it was Turkey Day. It was Thursday. All right. Now, here's what's really cool. Is I spent the majority of my day not working. I spent it with my family. We had an amazing Thanksgiving. But because my proof copy looked really good on Wednesday night, the first thing that I did Thursday morning was I got online. And because I want author copies, I want copies in hand for official launch day, I actually went ahead and I clicked publish on my paperback book. Now, here's something I want you to know, and this is something that we teach our clients. Your publish date is not necessarily your launch date. Your publish date is when the book goes live. Your launch date is when you drive traffic towards that page. Okay. Now, as soon as I click that button, and this happens every single time that I write my book, I got all the feels. I got excited. I got nervous. I got thrilled. I was like, oh my gosh, we're doing it again. Right. But these are emotions that are natural. No matter how many times you release a book, you're going to get excited. You're going to get nervous. You're going to be thrilled. Like the emotions are going to be amazing. But I really wanted to do that because I needed to get that approved so that I could order copies to get here on time for my launch. Now, fast forward to Friday. Friday, the book had said it went through. So I ordered 100 copies of my book with expedited shipping so that I will have them for launch day. Now, this is part of the strategy that I like to use for this book. I get the copies in advance. The book is published in advance. I get the copies. So that way on the official launch day or on launch week, I have a bunch of copies to give away or to sell at a launch party or whatever it may be. But I like to have a bunch of copies in advance of the book going live. All right, this is just for me and this particular strategy. There are other strategies that different people like to use and that we teach, but for this book, I wanted to have books available for launch day so I can give them away. I could have a launch party. I could do various different types of things and not be limited without any copies. The second thing that I did on Friday was not only did I order author copies, but there's this weird thing where author copies take a certain amount of time. Now, just so you know, author copies are just basically the books that you can buy at print cost because you're the author. You can get books at print cost. So in this case, my book will sell for $15.95 to $19.95. I can buy my own book for $3.02. That's based on the page count and whatnot. So I actually bought 100 author copies. But then what I also did was I went online and I bought an actual copy of the book. And the reason that I went and just actually bought a copy of the book was because that will get here faster than all of the author copies. I don't know why that is. It just is. And then I updated my paperback category. So I sent a message to KDP and said, hey, I know my book's in these categories, but can you include it and add it into these other categories? What this does is it gives me more chances to hit Amazon bestseller when the book comes out, and it puts my book in more categories for increased visibility. Now, Saturday did nothing, Sunday did nothing, and that wraps up the 10 weeks. All right, so we're at 10 weeks. That's what I got going on. The book is done, okay? The book is 100% done. It is ready for launch. The reason I'm not launching it just yet is because I want to start building it up. I want to get the content out. I want to get people hyped. I want to start promoting it, right? So that when launch comes, people will know that the book is ready. I want everybody to know that the book comes out on this particular day, December 13th. And that way I could drive a bunch of sales to the book. All right. So let's break down the time investment for this week. This was a really, really quick week in terms of what needed to get done. Monday, 54 minutes. Tuesday, 33 minutes. Wednesday, 10 minutes. Thursday, 10 minutes. Friday, 10 minutes. Saturday, 0 minutes. Sunday, 0 minutes. So all in all this week, I spent an hour and 57 minutes. All right, 117 minutes. And that's an average of 16.7 minutes per day or 23.4 minutes per session if you minus the Saturday and Sunday. All right, so 23 minutes. That's it. That's all I worked on per day during this week of the book. All right. Now, the total time that I've spent on Project Bestseller is 53 hours and 35 minutes, which on average, after 71 days, that's the last day of week 10, that is an average of 45.28 minutes. All right, so let's put this in perspective. 71 days ago, at the end of where we're at, week 10, 71 days when we started this event, I said we're going to try to do this in about an hour a day, right? We're spending 45 minutes on average per day. Now, some of those days are longer, but there's a lot of days where we're not even working on the book. And when you have the right roadmap, when you have the right game plan, when you have the right coach, the right process, this becomes much more doable, much more realistic. All right. And so I want you to see this and be like, you can do it. You can do it. Let's go. Let's go. Right? Because it does not take you 2 years to shut down and only focus on the book and hope to grow the business. No, you can run the business full time and just find an hour in the morning and lunch in the evening to be able to write this book. All right. We've had moms that are pregnant. We've had new moms. We've had the busiest dudes I've ever seen. We've had so many people working multiple jobs, be able to write their book and execute on this. And I want you to know that you're next. If you're worried about time, you can do this. If you're worried about if you're a great writer or not, you can do this. We'll show you the process. All right. Somebody out there is waiting for your book. So here's the plan for next week. Okay. We got just a couple more weeks left in this challenge. It's kind of crazy, actually, how fast this whole challenge has flown by. But the goal for week 11 is to film social content. It's to get the official first copy, not the proof copy that says not for resale on it, but the official copy of the book. And it's to prep for launch. It's just to keep promoting the book, talking about the book, getting people excited and getting myself ready to rock and roll. So there you have it. That is the week 10 Project Bestseller recap, baby. We are rocking and rolling. I hope that you enjoyed this episode. I hope that you are getting closer to saying yes to yourself for your book. If you are writing your book right now, you got this. All right. If you have any questions, just hit me up. I want to see you succeed. I appreciate you for taking the time to listen to this, and I'll see you next week for the week 11 recap. Talk to you later.